doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Extra point by Nagar is up and good. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be sterner with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he stopped immediately there. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Here's Carr. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Carr going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Jags take over in terrific field position. On play action, Lawrence. This is caught. It's Kirk. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Give him 30 yards there. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Trevor Lawrence scoring on the sneak from a yard out as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Nagar is up and good, and it is 28-0. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Carr's thrown, taken in by Adams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And that will be incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
The kick by Carlson is good. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, it might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. 20, 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And this is up and good. It cuts the lead to 28-10 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the side.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He got 29 yards that time. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. Lawrence. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And this one is incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Flush to his right. His throw incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Here's Lawrence to throw. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Lawrence finding Kirk there for the Jaguar first.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Lawrence. Uncorks one for Davis. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Gabriel Davis on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jaguars continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Nagar is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Hunter Renfrow to return it from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Throwing his car on 3rd down. Going up top. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. A minute 55 left to go in the first half of play. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
Partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart fast.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jayon Brown. And the Raiders will take over possession here up at the 44. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for him because you don't want to go on autopilot too early.
And this is caught. Touchdown.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Carr going to throw. Touchdown Raiders! Darren Waller from 8 yards out. And the Raiders get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Carlson down to add the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken just shy of the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. Second and 10 now from the 27. Now Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Now Lawrence. And able to find Kirk complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. And one more time, here's Kirk. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Nagar's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. From his end zone, here's Renfro. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Or paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From midfield, here's Carr. He's going to look deep for Watkins. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown. Sammy Watkins. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Raiders have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try to make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now Lawrence on 1st down. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Here goes.
Lawrence will throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
In motion left comes Brown.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. To throw on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hey, back up.
It's a throw again is Lawrence. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Raiders are going to take over here up near the 40. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Now Carr. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
It was starting to become a game for him to forget with the interceptions, but that's a step in the right direction. Not only did he choose to run it instead, but he saw the field well and made a nice pickup to get a new set of downs.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Carr. And that is incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr, he's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Carr to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
Well, trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that personal foul not only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going deep here for Watkins. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
On 2nd and 10, Carr. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired, while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest game we've seen on a scramble, but still, some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Carr. Oh, the slant connects with Devontae Adams. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. From the 36, Carr. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Tackle made by Foley Fadukasi, the former UConn Husky. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Carr now to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Jaguars are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Sometimes that's the danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
On 2nd down, ETN once more. It's a room to maneuver. There he goes left side. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Travis Etienne with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. To throw his car. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Well, Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably